Okay, so imagine your perfect workstation. You've got, infinite processing power, dual 4K monitors, absolutely zero lag.
The dream setup.
The dream, exactly. But then there's the reality, which is often a massive, overheated computer tower roaring right next to your ear.
And dumping all that heat right into your workspace, it's the classic trade-off, performance versus a quiet, cool office.
Well, what if you didn't have to make that choice?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into a piece of hardware that claims you can have your cake and eat it too.
Oh, this I've got to hear.
It's and get ready for this, the NTI ST-IPUSB4K-L-VWDH.
Wow, that just rolls right off the tongue.
It really does.
Yeah.
But what it is a 4K HDMI USB KVM extender. And our mission today is to figure out how this little box shoves dual 4K video and all your controls down a standard network cable.
And that KVM part is key. Keyboard, video, mouse, it's all about separating you from the actual computer.
Right. So let's talk about the setup. You have a local unit that plugs into the computer and a remote unit that sits on your desk. But what's really interesting here is that it needs two CT6 or CT7 cables, not one. Why two?
It really just boils down to bandwidth. I mean, we're not just sending a mouse click here.
We're sending a whole lot more.
We're sending two independent Ultra HD 4K video streams at 30 hertz plus USB data plus high-def audio. That is a massive pipeline of data.
So it's like needing a second line on the highway because the car goes just too wide for one.
That's a perfect analogy. To keep that video uncompressed and your mouse movement feeling instant, you just need that physical throughput.
Okay, so we've got the bandwidth. What about distance? If I run those two cables point to point, say, from a server room to my desk, how far can I go?
With a direct connection, you're looking at up to 492 feet, which is about 150 meters.
That covers most office layouts.
Okay.
But the name has IP in it for Internet Protocol. That implies you can use a network, right? Can't we cheat the distance?
You absolutely can. And this is where it gets so much more powerful than older extenders. Because it speaks IP, you can put a managed gigabit network switch right in the middle.
Like a repeater?
Sort of, yeah. You run 492 feet to the switch, then another 492 feet from the switch to your desk. You've just doubled your reach to nearly 1,000 feet.
That's a game changer. But I'm guessing you can't just use any cheap switch you have lying around. I saw a note about some specific requirements.
You're right to be suspicious. You can't just grab one from the bargain bin. The switch needs to support two key things: iGMP and jumbo frames.
Okay, can you translate that for us?
Sure. Jumbo frames just means the switch can handle bigger packets of data, which is essential for smooth 4K video.
Got it.
And iGMP is basically a traffic cop. It makes sure that huge video stream only goes to the ports that are actually connected to your receiver instead of flooding the entire office network.
So you don't crash everyone's email just by turning on your monitors.
Exactly. Don't be that person.
Good to know. And because it's network-based, this isn't just a one-to-one system, is it?
Not at all. This opens up what they call point-to-many or even many-to-many setups. You could have one powerful computer broadcasting to a whole team of analysts.
And that extends to the displays, too. I saw it supports video walls.
It does. You can configure screens in a grid from a simple 1x2 all the way up to a massive 4x4 wall. You can even rotate the display for, vertical digital signs.
So this is for more than just a desk setup. You could run a whole command center with this.
Precisely. It scales up really well.
Let's talk about control, though. If you're in one of those many-to-many situations, say 3 people can access one PC, what happens? Do we all fight over the mouse cursor?
The digital tug of war, they thought about that. NTI built in 2 different USB modes to handle it.
Okay.
First, there's exclusive mode. Think of it as a podium. One person has control, and everyone else is just watching.
Perfect for a presentation or a classroom. I'm driving, you're watching.
Exactly. But then you have sharing mode. This lets multiple remote stations control the computer at the same time. The system can handle up to 5 USB devices at once.
So you could genuinely collaborate on a project from different desks.
Yes.
In real time.
Yes. It's surprisingly seamless. And it works with pretty much everything: Windows, Linux, Mac, even older Sun systems. It's very plug and play.
So when you strip away all the specs and acronyms, the takeaway here is that this device is really about decoupling the user from the hardware, but without any real performance penalty.
It connects the dots between physical security and a high-end user experience.
And that leads me to one last provocative thought for you to chew on. We talked about sharing mode, where multiple people in different rooms can simultaneously control one computer. If that model becomes more common, where the computer isn't a box on your desk, but a central brain we all access, Does the very concept of a personal computer start to disappear?
Does the workstation just become a communal tool? That's a really interesting question.
Something to think about. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.